Get rid of that stuff. We have updates to do. Apparently, I need to eat. There we go. Alright, so it is update day. Now, we only have GT6 today. Today's probably going to be a longer one, because I have some things that need to get made. So no little short, quick 15-20 minutes and we're done thing today. First off, there's another note about the damn Article 13 European Union trying to fuck up the internet. Bunch of bullshit. And no, Greg, I actually didn't think it was over. I know politics enough and politicians enough to know that they're going to keep fucking this thing over till people are tired of hearing about it and can get whatever fucking bullshit they want passed. That's the way politicians work. They will just keep fucking you until they get their fucking in. It's just the way they work. So, with that being said, keep these guys from fucking up the internet, please. Okay. First off, there was an internal GUI code of the advanced crafting table changed, which needs some testing. And we'll be testing that as we work on what we need to make. So I'll make sure I use the advanced crafting table instead of the GregTech anvil that I normally use as much as possible. Not sure exactly what he changed. If he'd like to spit that out now, I'll read it, but not sure. Probably a bunch of crap that we wouldn't make heads or tail of anyways. Let's see. Cap nozzle was added, which is the counterpart to the tiny funnel just for gases. So let's start there. Because if you guys remember, the other day when we were, well, I guess not the other day, last week, when we were trying to inject gases from this new barometer gas cylinder, there wasn't a way to do it other than just emptying it into a canning machine, which is all well and good, but it kind of defeats a whole lot of the purpose. So ceramic, for some reason, uses a whole lot of rubber for ceramic. I didn't know there was any actual ceramic there until I finally looked at it. Then you have a plastic one with plastic nozzle, rubber ring, stainless steel. Why has it got a stainless steel ring? Because rubber would, dissolve in acids. And then you have the tungsten one, tungsten ring, screws, all that good stuff. And then the adamantium one. No titanium one. So we're going to make the ceramic one because we're not trying to do any acids or, I don't know any gases that are hot enough that you would need a tungsten one for. So we'll go ahead and make just the ceramic one today. Although, I do have to say, there is one part of this I'm not sure how to make. And that is the rubber round. So, a rubber chunk and a file. Or we can actually sharpen off the tiny bit off of a rubber chip. And we can also put it in the lathe and do it there. Okay. So that means we need to take one of these, do one of that, whack that back in there, and yeah, we'll just throw it in the lathe. Okay, so something nobody would notice in game, or at least nobody should notice. Okay, that's for the GUI changes that he made. Alright, throw that in there, and there we go. There's our rubber round. Now we need a rubber ring, which will be pretty simple to do. Should be able to do this, and throw it in here. We have normal pipe that out. We should have a ring shape up here somewhere. There we go. Throw that in there. Is there anything in there? There is. Light. Thank you. And we'll shut it back off. And it'll go off eventually. So there's our O-ring. Now we need the ceramic nozzle, which also needs a ring. And then we need some tools. So we need 2 of these. Let's go get this made. Yes, there are acidic gases, Greg, but not that I'm going to be making or using today. Alright, so we need this first. And we should have some... That's bronze. I really not have any ceramic... I don't have any ceramic plates. Let's fix that. We'll just make a whole crucible's worth. Now I'm in there. And light that bad boy up. And plate mold. And there we go. That's all 16 of them. That. Oh, damn it. This one actually has to be in the anvil. Would have helped if I'd have looked at that. Wait a minute. Oh, there's a chisel down there in the corner. Okay. Trying to figure out what was wrong with that. There we go. And hammer. Dink. Alright, so give me that. And we need this here. We need this here. That goes there. Chisel. Thank you. Goes there. What's the other 2? A wrench and a screwdriver. Quite sure why it needs a screwdriver. There's no damn screw. But, you know. Greg. So there we go. There's our ceramic nozzle. Cap nozzle. And let's see. Now, since it's a ceramic tap nozzle, it's supposed to be the counterpart to the funnel, that would mean it's not what I kind of thought. Because I honestly thought this was going to go on here. Because, well, it's a cap. But if it is the counterpart to that one, then that means it needs to go on the machine. So, there we go. And we have our 490 in there. And if we wanted to, we could use the regular nozzle. And with this thing, we could do... I thought there was a way to go down faster than this. How the hell do you go down faster? Let me look at this thing. Let's see. Side with an empty hand to set the limit. Height and sneak sensitive. Alright, so limit. Okay, so not sneaking goes down faster. Let's see. Sneaking goes down by 5. Not sneaking goes down by 50. Holy crap, that's going to take forever to get down there. Why was I sneaking? I just said it was down by 50 if I'm not sneaking. I sneak again and do it the wrong way. Alright, so 8, 900 and... Oh, screwed that up. $900. Alright, we are going to pop this on here. You know what? I just completely screwed that up because it's already 490. Gotta love being dyslexic. And 450. That's what I want. So now there is 490 in there. Do that, and there's only 450 in here and 40 in there. Perfect. So there you go. Now we have a way of sticking gases into machines through the barometer. Alright. Next, we have, he added molds and crucibles now accept cryo units, CU, to cool down faster. Why you would do that on a crucible, have no idea, but the molds and basins, this is great. This is something that was asked for quite a while ago. Glad to see that it is actually gotten added in. See if I can spell here. What the hell is the name of that thing? See if it shows up under CU. Copper, this is going to have a bunch of them, but there we go. You have the freezer and the cryo mixer and Those are what's powered by the thing. Now I need to find the actual generator thing. It's been a while since I've made one of these. I don't remember the frickin' name of it. Greg, what the fuck's the name of this thing? Huh. What the fuck was the name of it? I don't even see it in here under that. Under CU. It does not show up. Thermoflux cooler. Thermoelectric cooler. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so this thing here, which is silicon plates, copper plates, tin cables, galvanized steel machine hull, hyaluronous, and that will make the thermoelectric cooler. Now, its energy in for a 32 EU per tick is 16 to 64, which gives out 4 to 16 cryo units and 4 to 16 heat units. So if I give this thing about 32 EU, it's going to put out 8. So if you want something that's really going to cool it down fast, you would probably want to go with at least MV. But we're going to try this one. Now, because of that, let me go downstairs here. Transformer, dynamo. Alright, so I need to make an LV. I can actually borrow this battery box here, but I'm going to need to make the thing. So let's go do that. How you doing? Good? Glad to hear it. So how's it going this morning, Lorenz? Alright, so first off, we need galvanized steel. We've got tungsten carbide. There's no steel in there. Tungsten carbide. We got tungsten carbide everywhere, apparently. Alright, so I need to make some steel. Don't think I have enough dust. So I just have to get some iron and some graphite and make some that way. Yeah, I got 1 steel dust. Okay. So, graphite. And we need 32. 16 is 48. 2 gives us 50. Alright. And we're going to need to change that out to rods. Alright. We're going to need 2 of these. And let's see here. We're also going to need 2 tin cables and the 2 silicon plates. Now, these are not silicon crystal, or silicon, crystallized silicon. just regular silicon. So let's just get 6, and I do believe it's 3 to 1. So is it 3 to 2? Three to 1 or 3 to 2. So yep, I need 4 of these. And you're automatically pouring, which is not good. Let's fix that. Go. Now this is just a normal. Yeah, okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this started. Nope, daggone it. Get back in there. Alright, and I still got zinc over here. I do. Haven't got that moved over to the factory yet. Alright, do we have any tin cables in here? There we go, tin wires. And don't see any rubber sheets. So I'll have to go make a couple of those. How's it going, ham and cheese? By the way, Greg, before I start cooking up this quartzite here, did you ever figure out what it was that broke this, or do I still have to make it silicon dioxide first? Oh, good God, that game is annoying as hell. Hey, Shadow. Did you go check out your badge? You bugged me about it, and I fixed it. You mean you couldn't replicate it? Here, I'll replicate it. There's 4. There's 6. Let's see if it works. There you go. That's replicated right there. Well, I'll give you that. At least it's not Fortnite, but it's still annoying. Me and Treasure played it the other day, and me, Junior, and Shadow played it today. Someone ban Shadow over there, please. Yeah, Shadow, don't do that, because you realize what that types on YouTube side? It just says my name GT over and over and over and over. That's one bad thing about frickin' emoticons. What he actually did, Greg, is put your face up a whole bunch of times. Because that's the icon you have for YouTube. That is one of our emoticons for subscribers over on Twitch. That and Crazy's rolly eyes. It's a pink rolly eye. Alright, so let's go do this again, because now I gotta wait for that to cool down. Alright, I want to go over here real quick. So where is your badge supposed to even show up, Shadow? Because I don't see it. I have no idea what the fuck that one is. That is not one of mine. And there it is, the way it's supposed to work, Greg. But by your name, it doesn't have the thing, does it? By your name, it just has a star. And that is not what it's supposed to have. It's supposed to have a purple gem. Oh, you see it? I don't. Let me refresh real quick. Maybe I needed to refresh. Alright, type one thing and not something fucking annoying this time. Alright, let's go get some rubber sheets. Okay, now it's showing up. Alright. And yeah, I said not annoying. I didn't say most annoying. I think every day is opposite day for you, Shadow. Figures it'd be the last one I touch. Repeat myself. Please ban Shadow. Alright. That. Greg can't hurt me over here. Hey, Twitch has actually got it so where he can watch in 144p now. So I wouldn't guarantee that. There's always a chance he could pop over here. Because his reason for not watching streams on Twitch last time I knew was because he couldn't watch them at lower quality. And they fixed that issue now. There we go. There is the Kula. Well, it used to be that you only got the quality thing when you became partner. They apparently have changed it now to maybe affiliate. I don't know. Would you ever play old mod packs like Crash Landing or Blood and Bones? I have done Crash Landing. I've done it a couple times. You can go watch it on my channel if you'd like to. There's always a chance that me and Junior will do it again. Problem is, with Crash Landing, trying to get 2 people started rather than 1 person started is kind of a pain in the butt. Because there's a very limited amount of water. And once you get past that first little bit of water issue, it's not so bad, but until you get to that point, it can be a real pain in the butt. But there's always a chance that we do it again. Just depends on what's going on. And I've done Mad Pack 1, Mad Pack 2. I didn't play them all the way through. I got really annoyed with them and quit like a chump. Alright, so we're going to do a bit of a test here. Let's see. We can just let's just put like 4 of these steel back in here. Doop, 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 doop. Hello, I said in, thank you. Yeah, fuck it, let's do 16. That'll give us a good test. Put that back. Alright, I'll light this up. We're going to let it heat up. Should try Blood and Bones, 100% hardest mod pack of all time. Is that the one where zombies and shit can like tunnel towards you? Well, Blood and Bones, Greg, is not hard. as far as recipes, grinding, things like that. It is hard because mobs will whoop your ass the whole frickin' time. And it's got other mechanics that make it challenging to actually survive rather than making things and doing shit. I've seen it. I've seen other people play it. If I remember correctly, Blood and Bones has magic crap in it. So if I did play it, it would be a modified version. Because I don't do magic shit. So I would take any magic mods that are in it out. Especially depending on what ones they are. Like Botania being in a pack doesn't really bother me. I just wouldn't use it. But if it's got like Thaumcraft in it, I'd take it out. Because then I have to deal with the hungry nodes and taint and shit like that. Alright, so we're going to let this heat up all the way till it shuts off. Do you need batteries to run that battery box? Yes, Greg, I most definitely will. When I get to that point. We're testing. Hush it. Alright, we're going to turn this on. So it will auto output. And once this first one goes, I'm going to check and see how long it takes. It's looking to be about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 to 17 seconds it took for that thing to cool off and drop out. So now, put the batteries in here. As soon as that one drops, switch it. 5. Okay, 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. So a third of the time for it to drop out than if it didn't have the cooler on there. That is a huge amount of difference. That'll make this way better. I definitely like this. This is awesome. And let me do a thing here. There you go. So at the same time that it's cooling off that one, it's heating up this one. So you could actually basically run one of them or two of them off of one. That is quite fucking awesome right there. That is not what goes there. Alright, you go back in there where you belong. I'm going to put this one here. And let's put the thermometer back on it. Alright, so that is tested out. Batteries back out of here. And let's pick these back up. Now, the thing that will make this the most useful, in my opinion, is for aluminum. When you're cooking up, well, not aluminum, alumnia. So when you're cooking up aluminum hydroxide into alumnia in a smelter, it goes too slow emptying, depending on how much you do, and it can't empty the mold quick enough for this to fill up. So sometime this week or this weekend, I am going to get that hooked up and we're going to try it that way. I was back in there. We have no power over here right now because we ran the oil thing over there completely dry that me and Crazy had just tapped. It was a very small one, but I have done so much processing that we used all of that oil. If you guys remember, I had like all kinds of azurite in here. We ran through every bit of it. I still got a bunch of malachite that I got to get out of there, and 26 azurite in there. But all the rest of it is right there. And I have been running nothing but that through here. As you can see, we have butt tons of sulfur and copper now from doing so. But it takes a lot of freaking power. Is it possible to mortar tungsten trioxide for penolite refining? I don't think so. But why would you mortar it? It's already a dust. Unlikely you could mortar any of the tungsten ores. The tungsten trioxide isn't an ore. Tungsten trioxide scrap. How are you getting it as a scrap? Oh, wait a minute. You've got the penolite shit that doesn't actually have a processing thing, don't you? See, I haven't found any of that in the new World Gen. And no, Greg, there are some scraps, if I'm remembering correctly, that cannot be mortared. I'm trying to think what it was right now. But I swear there was one that I had tried that didn't work. Well, I think there was more than one. But I just figured it was because it was way too tough. We can actually do this. Doop. This being the hardest thing there is. And there you go. So no, all scrap most definitely cannot be mortared. Most of them can, But I do believe anything that's over, like, steel can't. Alright, you go in there. Alright, so, let's see. We have... gas cylinder has been added to GT6 dungeons containing propane or helium. There's no real testing of that other than going and looking through a bunch of them and seeing if we can find it. And holy crap, I can't even find one to give me a damn lighter in, let alone trying to find one to give me propane or helium gas cylinders. Last one is button panels back as a cover. It is a selector cover like the other manual selector, just more convenient. There is 4 designs, just unmarked buttons, numeric buttons, hexadecimal buttons, and bit buttons. What the fuck is a bit button? If there is a controller cover that can turn off other covers, then it can prevent the buttons from being pressed on demand. This also applies to the manual selector cover. There's a whole lot of words in that sentence that I know what they mean, but holy crap, does it not function in my brain at the moment. Let me try that again. Dun, dun. If there is a controller cover that can turn off other covers. Actually, didn't know there was a cover that could turn off another cover. Then it can prevent the buttons from being pressed on demand. So if there's a cover on the block that can turn other covers on and off, then if it shuts it off, you won't be able to push the buttons. Got it. Also applies to manual selector cover. So if you put a machine controller on it, you wouldn't be able to turn it off. Let's see here. The panel will always have the button up here perma-pressed that is corresponding to the mode the attached object is in. If a second mode selector is attached to the same block, it can set which button appears to be pressed. The button panel itself can also be screwdrivered so it automatically resets the button to 0 after about 10 ticks. Alright, so let's look this thing up. Here is the button selector panel. It's going to take 6 stone buttons. It's going to take a tier 1 or better circuit, a blank cover, and a selector tag. So nothing too difficult here. I do believe I already have the cover made. And I think the circuit is probably the only thing I don't have. Although I do have a tier 2. So I can do that. Do I have any covers left? I actually do not. But I do. Oh yeah, I do right here. Alright, so we got that. We got that. We need, there's a long iron rod. I need a short iron rod. There we go. And I need 4 gears, right? Yep, I need 4 small gears. So let's get 4 small gears out of here. Alright, so what is the purpose of that cover? Output redstone signal or what? It's a mode selector cover like the other one, so you can attach it to a red alloy wire of GT6 to emit redstone. Alright, these. And let's get this done. Oh, put it over there, dummy. Please tell me this doesn't take a hammer now that I got this all set. It fucking does. Oop. There we go. Got that done. And how much we got left on this? 4. We're alright. So we got that. We got that. We got that. Now we need 6 buttons. I thought we had some buttons laying around here that I had made accidentally or purposefully. But apparently not. Can you use andesite to make it a button? No. Alright. Let's see. Cobblestone. We don't have any regular stone. So let's cook this up. Greg didn't change how you make a stone button, right? So apparently I can do it if I do it that way. Okay. Try it that way. There we go. 6 buttons. There we go. And we have a button panel. So let's look at this thing. Selector cover that is controlled by buttons. Item can be used as a cover. Chisel to change the design. Screwdriver to toggle the mode. Alright. So let's come over here. How you doing? You doing good? Glad to hear it. And let's see here. We're going to put it on this wire for right now. Get out my multi-tool here. Alright. Chisel it. There's 0 through 15. There's the alphanumeric. And that apparently is bits. Although for some reason that button is pressed. So it looks kind of weird. Alright. So push it. And it's putting out redstone, and pushing my things up. 0, we'll put it back down. Now, the one issue I have with this is that means it puts a redstone signal in. It's going to put a redstone signal in, but it doesn't matter the actual amount. So when it's on redstone wire, any of these buttons are going to do the same thing, because your redstone wire doesn't give a shit about the actual strength. Now, can I use this? Trying to think of anything Greg has that I could use regular redstone with it. And I don't know of any of Greg's blocks that will put out redstone through them. Let's see. You can use for quick inverting a signal, though you would disconnect wire if placed between. But can Greg add a calculator so Bear doesn't have to fail at math? Shut up, Shadow. There will be ways the signal strength will matter for other planned covers. Okay. Now, my question is, can you use this on a battery box? I have this battery box here that has 2 batteries in it that are 32 per. So the battery box will put out 64 EU, its maximum. So I want to know if you can limit it to only 32. The reason why I'm saying that is lead is not the easiest thing to find. And when it comes to wires for LV, the only 64 volt LV wire we have is lead. Tin wire is 32. There is no zinc wire like there used to be in GT5. So we pretty much are limited to using lead wires only at LV, because as soon as you put in another battery, it's going to burn up an LV, a tin wire. But if I could put, say, 4 batteries in a battery box and use this selector cover or the button cover, and say I only want it to output 1 battery rather than all 4, then that would limit it down to 32 instead of 64. Let's see. Gonna add another texture for that purpose, I think, since 0 to 15 and 1 to 16 are different. It limits amps when mode select is used on Batbox. Can't you use a 4x lead wire for 4 amps? Yes, you can, but you can't use tin. That's the issue I'm having here, Greg, is you only have 2 wires, lead and tin. And And especially for new people to GT6, if they played GT5, tin wires are the go-to. That was your LV wire. Lead wires were ULV. And I don't have a problem with the tin and lead wires, but they're the only two we have, and you cannot use a 4X tin wire because it will burn up because it's taking 64 through it. No, the bat box outputs 64 if there are two batteries in it. It does not output 32. I actually have burned up those wires. I can try to replicate it here for you real quick. Give me a second. Let's just make like 16 of these. Added batteries to a box will never... You want to bet, Greg? Give me a second. I will show you. And it's not upping the voltage. Actually. And I'll show you what I've done. No, I didn't. Because I only had 4 batteries and a 4X battery buffer. I had 4 batteries with 4X wire. So I most definitely did not confuse voltage and amperage fire. Give me a second. Netflix has decided it wants to start making noise, and I don't think my mic can actually pick it up, but better be safe than sorry. Alright, so a couple of these. We'll make a 4X wire. And we'll put them in here. Is there anything in here? Yes. Give me that. I got to get these switched over, by the way. Now, this is a heck of a lot shorter wire than what I used last time, but we'll try it anyways. This is regular ash, not dark ash. Stop it. Why are those still up? Not quite sure why they were still up. Let's try this here. I need some batteries. I got 2 batteries there. Let me go turn on the power down here. Now we have some electricity to play with here. Alright, so we got power. And we're going to actually grab the battery box we used a few minutes ago. And get these batteries out. That, thank you. And we'll take these 2 as well, thank you. So, do I understand this right? You think the voltage goes up because the battery box has 2 batteries in it. Well, if you look at the battery box, it says on the battery box itself, 32 EU a tick, from 16 to 264. And yes, multiple batteries will take it to the 64. I don't quite understand your logic in that it can put out 64 EU when there are no batteries that are 64. All batteries are 32. So the only way that battery box should put out 64 EU, unless you have a cover that limits it down to 16 or up to 64. No, the fucking tooltip says 32, 16 to 64. And I guarantee you it's going to put out 64. You know what? You are just annoying at the moment. Shut up. And I know why you're annoying. You need a lot of power. Alright. So you go there. We're going to put all 4 of these in here. Damn it, I just set the thing down. Put that right there. I love it when he argues with me when I've done this and burned them up. I absolutely love it. It's fucking hilarious. It doesn't matter how you coded it, Greg. It matters how it works. And I know damn well this will burn up this wire. Oh, wait a minute. It's got to be underneath, doesn't it? Hold on. I keep forgetting that. Oop. Oop. Alright. Now, you need to just stop a second. Because we need to get power in the other batteries. Turn that off. And we should have some decent amount of power in here. So let's connect that back up. And let these charge a little bit. And then we'll give it a shot. Hi, pufferfish. Alright, we've got just about half in there. So let's try it. And let's see what it does. And now it's not going to do it. Kiss my ass. I know damn well it did. I'm going to go find the stream and show you what I did. But it most definitely burned this bitch up. It also most definitely does 64 in these. Yeah, shut up, I know. It will. It may not that time, but it will. I will prove it. Give me time. I may not prove it in this stream, but I will prove it. Because it most definitely did, and it has for 2 years now. I have never made 10 wires because of this problem. It is a royal pain in the ass. And I remember the stream I did it in. It won't take me long to find it. And I'll edit it down to just a little bitty piece, so all you see is the part you need to. Alright. Tooltip. Shit. Let me go grab it. Now let me go look at the battery box. Battery box. Energy out. It doesn't say what you said. And I don't care what that says. It puts out 64. It most definitely puts out 64. Because you can run a centrifuge on it at 64. So your tooltip is wrong if it says 32 out, because it most definitely will put out 64. And like I said, give me time. I don't have enough shit right now to prove it, but I will prove it. But it can also burn up a wire. And not because it's got too low of resistance for the amps. It most definitely will burn up if it is a 4X with 4 batteries. It may not be consistent, but it will do it. Anyways, testing is over. I will go find this here in a few minutes, and I will show it to you, Greg. But anyways, that is the update for today. Everything looks like it's working good. Greg said he's going to make a change for the texture for the battery box thing. So I would expect that it's going to be released today or tomorrow at the latest. You can go grab it off his website. It'll be in the mod releases in Bears Den GT Help. As always, as soon as I know it is out, fastest way to get it is go to Greg's website and check on it there. Hope y'all enjoyed. I am out of here. And I think Crazy and I will be doing Fear the Night in a little bit. So have a good one.